Please take your seats so we may complete the program. Please. Please take your seats so we may complete the program. Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 CBA President-elect John Dolan and President Matt Daniels.
Thank you all for taking your seats. Thank you. We're going to get started here. I appreciate your attention to get through these awards. Couple more people to sit. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I would like to invite to the podium John Dolan, Vice President McConnell-Elmy, and your 2017 CBA President-elect.
There we go. Let's get this show on the road. My first role here tonight is very simple. We have a very dedicated and hardworking staff behind the scenes that runs the CBA on a day-to-day basis. They also run the RHA. So they split their times between two professional organizations, and they give us so much attention to detail, it's not even funny. And we're very honored and grateful to have them at our side, taking care of all the little things that make this dinner go and make us go all year. So if you'd please join me in a round of applause for our Executive Director, John Lafferty. And also, our Assistant Directors, Josh Cook, Marianne Beauvais, and Dominic Carter. All right, Maddie, let's give out some awards.
Excellent. This award is given to the Landlord of the Year. It's given annually to the landlord that best exemplifies high standards, integrity, professionalism, and broker cooperation. This year's finalists include a truly incredible class: Anchorline Partners, Boston Properties, the Campanelli Companies, Millennium Partners, NB Development Group, Oxford Properties, Related Beal, RJ Kelly Company, Rock Point, Synergy Investments, and TH Real Estate. To all those honored and nominated, I congratulate you. Tonight, I am pleased to present the 2016 Landlord of the Year, once again, to Boston Properties.
Is one of the largest and best-in-class owners, developers, and managers of Class A properties in the greater Boston area, and consistently demonstrates a long-standing investment in Boston and surrounding markets with over 14 million square feet of Class A premier space occupied with high-quality tenants in the Boston, Cambridge, and suburban markets. In addition to being a loyal friend and supporter of the CBA, BXP leads the efforts locally and nationally to develop highly sustainable projects, including the premier tower at 888 Boylston Street that achieved LEED Platinum certification and being the recipient of the 2015 NAREIT Office Leader in the Light Award, a globally based award that represents the highest achievement for real estate companies in the sustainability area.
First of all, I'm not keeping my phone here for pictures. I have my possible notes on this. Provost told me tonight there's a possibility that this may happen. I can't even tell you how humbled I am. But I keep this up because I wanted to read, maybe this is the first poem that's ever been recited at this event.
Maybe the last.
Maybe the last. But we read this poem every year, and I can tell by the looks in the eyes of my team whether or not they're aboard or whether they are aboard or how our year's going to be. And it's by Kipling. And I've got two partners, maybe in the room. I know Joe Fallon's in the room, an ex-partner of mine at Trammell Crow Company, and I think Griff was here earlier, another partner, and they believe in this poem as well. But every year we read this poem, and it's the way we start off the year. Kipling, Law of the Jungle. Now this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. And the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back, for the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I'd like to introduce my wolf pack tonight. I think it's also appropriate to talk a little bit about, I've been in the industry for 30 plus years, and I'd like to just also recognize how the industry has changed. So when I got into the industry was the contribution of the few. We looked up to those few individuals that owned the properties, right? The legends that were there, including some of ours, Ed Lindy, Mort Zuckerman. We looked to the individuals. But in the knowledge age, where our industry is today, and thank goodness it is today, it is the contribution of the many, and the diversified is what we're about, and those are the strengths of the team, and that's where the great teams come from. I can't tell you how honored we are tonight. This is such an honor for us. It goes beyond belief in terms of what we believe about this industry. For the young people in the room tonight, you are entering the best market in the country. I've been in 5 different markets. There's no greater market than the Boston market for commercial real estate. Never forget that. And there's no greater brokerage organization than the CBA. Thank you so much. This is an honor. On behalf of our team, I accept it for our team and my wolf pack.
Thanks, guys. Provo, good job.
Hey, thank you so much. That's awesome. Good stuff.
Take that. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to continue here. I appreciate your quiet. I would like to take a brief moment. Thank you. I'd like to take a brief moment to explain the Deal of the Year process. All award entries were reviewed by the President's Council, a 7-member selection committee, to ensure that the submittals were both complete and appropriate for this competition. As we announce the winners, obviously come up, get your picture taken, and accept their award. Our next award of the evening is the Most Creative Deal of the Year award. This award is given to honor a deal 40,000 square feet or less that is considered the most inventive and that demonstrates exceptional broker acumen. The finalists are Boston Landing welcoming the Boston Celtics. This deal was done at 40 Guest Street in Brighton, at Boston Landing in Brighton. Transwestern represented both the landlord NB Development Group and the tenant, the Boston Celtics. Collaborating professionals included Elkis Manfredi and John Moriarty and Associates. The second nominee was the Crosby Corporate Center lease to CaseNet at 36 Crosby Drive in Bedford. Newmark represented the landlord, National Development, and CBRE New England represented the tenant, CaseNet. Collaborating professionals included AHP and Crenshaw Construction. Taking this year's honor as Creative Deal of the Year is Boston Landing welcoming the Boston Celtics. Congratulations to Tom Ash, Mike Joyce, Chris McCauley, and Steve Perper of Transwestern.
When NB Development Group announced its plans for Boston Landing as a western gateway to the city, an integral part of the vision was to transform the area into not just an office setting, but a health, wellness, and fitness area for residents and tenants. That vision took another huge step forward in mid-2016 when NB Development and the Boston Celtics announced that Boston Landing would become home of the team's new world-class practice and training facility. The move will bring the Celtics practice facility back into the city of Boston after being at Health Point in Waltham.
So last year we added a new category called the Community Impact Award. The award is intended to recognize an individual, a firm, or a transaction which has had a significant positive impact on the community. And the nominees are the Appalachian Mountain Club at 10 City Square in Charlestown. The sellers were represented by Boston Realty Advisors. McCall and Almy represented the Appalachian Mountain Club. Collaborating professionals include Seyfarth Shaw, Goodwin, Rohde Architects, and Leggett McCall. The Boston Ballet at Newton Nexus. Avis and Young represented Crosspoint Associates, the landlord. Cushman & Wakefield represented the Boston Ballet Company. Collaborating professionals included Ropes and Gray, Gensler, and Colliers. And the Mount Auburn Hospital Renewal and Expansion in Cambridge. The landlord, the Davis Companies, represented themselves. CBRE represented the tenant, Mount Auburn Hospital, and the collaborating professionals were DLA Piper, Holland & Knight, Margulies Peruzzi Architects, and the Commercial Construction Consulting Company. And the winner of the 2016 Community Impact Award was the Mount Auburn Hospital Renewal and Expansion in Cambridge. Congratulations, Cappy Dami and Duncan Gilkey of Davis Companies, Robert Fitzgerald, David Fitzgerald, and Tim Howe of CBRE.
Celebrating 150 years since its founding in 1866, Mount Auburn Hospital last year was facing a very uncertain future in its home in the city of Cambridge. With its lease for 725 Concord Avenue expiring in 2019, and with sparse alternatives and rising rents in the city, the nonprofit Mount Auburn was considering the very real prospect of having to relocate its satellite operations outside Cambridge. But thanks to a creative deal reached last year, Mount Auburn ultimately negotiated a long-term lease extension for...
We do have another poem we could read. It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock. No. And now our next award, Industrial Deal of the Year. There are 3 finalists in this category. First, 18 Independence Drive, Devens. Newmark represented the seller, CIP Independence Drive, LLC. The buyer represented themselves. Next, J.C. Canestraro, EDIC Industrial Lease at 25 Kennedy Boulevard in Boston. The landlord represented themselves. Auburndale Realty Company and Colliers International represented J.C. Canestraro, the tenant. Collaborating professionals included Robinson & Cole, Nixon Peabody, BH+A, Commercial Constructing Consultants, and Consigli Construction. A lot of C's. And the repositioning of 150 Blackstone River Road in Worcester. CBRE represented the landlord along with Kelleher and Sadowski, the landlord's GFI Partners, and CBRE and Stubblebine represented the tenants G3 Enterprises and Imperial Distributors. And the winner of the Industrial Deal of the Year is the repositioning of 150 Blackstone River Road. Congratulations, Steve Clancy, Bob Gibson, and Rachel Marks.
The acquisition and redevelopment of 150 Blackstone River Road showcases the impressive turnaround of one of the region's largest industrial buildings. The property was an antiquated former U.S. steel facility in Worcester, Massachusetts. Its low clear heights, tight columns, and functional obsolescence made it difficult to attract Class A tenants since its closure in the mid-1970s. Its fantastic location and 32 acres of buildable land led GFI Partners to recognize a tremendous opportunity, and GFI purchased the site in 2013. The project was not a simple one, as GFI had to phase the existing tenants out of the building while pushing forward on necessary site investigations to begin construction.
Congratulations. We're getting down the path here. This award keeps getting better and better. The three finalists of the year for investment sale of the year are as follows. 101 Seaport Boulevard, Boston, Mass. And the sale totaling $452 million, or $1,029 per square foot. Newmark represented the seller, Skanska. Union Investment Real Estate was the buyer. Collaborating professionals included Goodwin and Kling Stubbins. The second nominee is 245 First Street in Cambridge, selling for a whopping $311,250,000, or $1,022 per square foot. Eastdil Secured advised the seller. Jamestown Properties and Clarion Partners was the buyer. And lastly, 1 Kendall Square in Cambridge, selling for an astronomical $725 million, or $1,124 per square foot. The seller, Divco West, was represented by Newmark. The buyer was represented by Alexandria Real Estate Equities, or is Alexandria Real Estate Equities. The collaborating professionals include Brown Rudnick and Wilmer Hale. And the 2016 investment sale of the year is 1 Kendall Square. The Divco folks should come up here and get this award. Congratulations to Rob Griffin, Ed Maher, Matthew Pullen, Mark Winters, Dave Townsend, Judy Ravek, all at Newmark. Thank you.
Just when you thought the Cambridge market couldn't outdo itself, it outdid itself with last summer's blockbuster sale of the mixed-used 1 Kendall Square. Divco West, which purchased the 8-acre 1 Kendall campus for $394 million in 2014, sold the 644,771 square foot multi-building complex to Alexandria Real Estate Equities.
Johnny, you.
All right, the next award is the Life Science Deal of the Year, and the finalists are, first, the Moderna Therapeutics deals in Cambridge and Norwood. Newmark represented the landlords, Alexandria and Campanelli. JLL represented Moderna. Collaborating professionals include Wilmer Hale. And then Shire Human Genetic Therapies in Cambridge from Biomed Realty. Transwestern represented both Biomed Realty and Shire. The winner of the 2016 Life Science Deal of the Year is Shire Human Genetic Therapies. The leases were 343,000 square feet at 500 Kendall from Biomed Realty. Congratulations to Steve Purpura, Eric Smith, Bob Richards, and Brian Cohen from Transwestern.
In an extremely tight and competitive real estate market like Cambridge, it's not only hard to find available space, it's harder still to keep secrets about available space in a city that has become a world-renowned mecca for life science companies. But Biomed Realty, Shire Human Genetic Therapies, and a team from Transwestern last year managed to keep under wrap behind-the-scenes negotiations that ultimately led to the inking of one of the largest deals of the year in the red-hot...
That was a big deal.
Big guys.
Yeah. This year's retail deal of the year is truly a game changer. Not only for the Prudential Center, having a new anchor tenant, but the city of Boston is home to one of the more desirable retailers in the entire world. The retail deal of the year goes to Italy of Boston. Congratulations to Jeremy Grossman, Jeff Arsenal of CBRE New England, and the Boston Properties team who represented themselves. Congratulations.
Italy is not only billed as the largest Italian emporium in the world, it's also considered one of the most desired retailers in the world. So Boston was facing stiff competition from many quarters when it first sought to land a new Italy, requiring Boston Properties, the City of Boston, and a CBRE broker team to work closely together and hosting several visits to the city from Italy's ownership team based in both Italy and New York. They went over data points, potential locations, and all the other arguments for why Boston was the best place for the next Italy. They obviously made their point, for last year Italy indeed opted to open only its third location in the US in Boston. In 53,000 square feet of space spread out over 3 floors at the Prudential Center, becoming the anchor tenant at the Shops at Prudential Center. Kronos Incorporated's deal for 5.
It's you.
Great. Next, we have the suburban office deal of the year. Suburban office continued to be a hot market in 2016, highlighted by these 3 finalists for suburban office deal of the year. The lease at Demandware at 5 Wall Street in Burlington. Avison Young represented the tenant Demandware. The landlord Piedmont Office Realty Trust represented themselves. Collaborating professionals included King Lordinger, Wilmer Hale, and interior architects, as well as Jay Calnan. The lease to Kronos at Crosspoint Towers. CBRE represented the landlord, Anchorline Partners, and Fairlawn Capital Management. The tenant was represented by Cushman & Wakefield. Collaborating professionals included Nutter, McLennan & Fish, Wilmer Hale, Packard Design, Perkins & Will, and Jay Calnan & Associates. And lastly, the Oracle renewal lease at Network Drive. JLO represented the landlord Nordblum. Cressa represented the tenant Oracle. And the winner of the 2016 Suburban Office Deal of the Year is Kronos at Crosspoint. Congratulations to Mark Reardon, Peter Dominski, Alex Plaisted, Ben Rapinian, all at CBRE New England, and John Boyle, Deb Howerton, Michael Dalton, and Joe Fallon over at Cushman & Wakefield. Congratulations.
Kronos Incorporated's deal for 505,664 square feet of office space at Crosspoint last year represented the largest suburban office lease relocation in more than 5 years, while giving a major boost to the landmark Lowell development. It took more than 6 months.
Hey, we're all in here.
This one hurts. Johnny, you're up. No.
So many plaques, so little time. All right. Next, the winner of the we're just going to go right into the winner of the 2016 Cambridge Office Deal of the Year Award. It was so important that it allowed one of Cambridge's own tech giants to stay home. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Akamai Technologies lease at 145 Broadway in Cambridge. Boston Properties represented themselves, and Cressa represented the tenant, Akamai. Collaborating professionals include Dane Torpy, McCarter & English, Sasaki, Pickard Chilton, and Turner Construction. Would you please have a nice round of applause for Boston Properties' Adam Subber and Dan Sullivan.
It took more than 6 months of tough, all-hands-on-deck negotiations with a wide number of parties, but Akamai Technologies and Boston Properties finally hammered out a lease agreement late last year that will allow the tech giant to stay, expand, and prosper in Cambridge for years to come.
Take 2.
Sullivan, you broke the camera.
Too good, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, folks, coming into the home stretch here. Amidst a year of multiple large-scale and high-profile transactions, Boston achieved significant leasing milestones, highlighted by our 3 finalists for the Boston Office Deal of the Year. The finalists are, first, Boston Consulting Group at 200 Pier 4 Boulevard. The landlord, Tishman Speyer, represented themselves. Transwestern represented the tenant, Boston Consulting Group. The collaborating professionals include Goulston and Stores and Turner Construction. Next, Publicis Group's Boston agency's lease of 217,277 square feet at Congress Square. JLL represented the landlord, Related Beal, and the tenant, Publicis Group. And Putnam Investments headquarters deal at 100 Federal Street. The landlord, Boston Properties, represented themselves. CBRE and McCall and Almy represented Putnam Investments. Collaborating professionals include Goulston & Stores, Wilmer Hale, Gensler, Fort Point Project Management, and Structure Tone. This year's 2016 Boston Office Deal of the Year is the Publicis Group's Boston Agency's lease. Congratulations, Bill Barrick, Ben Heller, Ben Hux, Brian Conley, Kelly Lockberg, Patrick Nugent, Jessica Hughes, and Brendan Callahan of JLL.
The giant French advertising, marketing, and communications firm, with significant holdings in Boston, began its search for new office space 3 years ago, hoping to consolidate its 2 downtown crossing locations under one roof. The long and thorough search ultimately led to its agreement this past fall to lease 217,277 square feet of office space at Congress Square, becoming the new anchor tenant at the repositioned Congress Square and making the deal the largest office lease signed in the city during 2016.
Last award of the night. Thank you all. The CBA Broker of the Year Leadership Award was first bestowed in 1991. It is presented to the CBA member who has displayed exceptional service to the real estate industry and has had many professional accomplishments over the course of their distinguished career. It is our top honor in the commercial brokerage real estate industry, and I'd like to announce this year's CBA Broker of the Year nominations. Bill Anderson, Newmark Knight Frank. Kristen Blount, Colliers International. Joseph Flaherty, JLL. Mike Frizzoli, Newmark Knight Frank. Deb Gould, Newmark Knight Frank. Michael Joyce, Transwestern. And lastly, Mark Winters, Newmark Knight Frank. I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you for being nominated. This is a very special award, as it is given to you by your peers. We've invited Jim McCaffrey, the 2007 CBA Broker of the Year and Senior Managing Partner at Eastdil Secured, to present this award. Jim joins us by video to announce this year's winner of the CBA Broker of the Year Award.
Hi, guys. Sorry I couldn't be there live this evening. I hope everyone is having a great night celebrating our fantastically fun industry. I mean, come on, man. Where else do you get paid for talking to your friends all day? I trust that the grape juice and Budweiser lattes are treating you well. Let's leave it all on the field tonight, hey? I have the pleasure and honor of introducing tonight's MVP, the belle of the ball, your 2016 Broker of the Year. I've had many, many people help and mentor me over the years, but none more than this guy. He taught me that you had to open the blinds for every tour at 1020 Mall Road. He taught me that when you hooked a live one at Cummings Park in the Dirty Woo, you didn't let go. And he taught me that the harder you work, the luckier you get. There were many times in our early years together when things were bleak. Bleak, you say? How bleak? I'll tell you how bleak. How would you like to show the same crappy R&D building in Billerica for 3 years? Flats was great for the gallows humor as a source of encouragement. He's been a mentor to many others as well, a true team culture guy and a selfless believer in pushing down responsibility to the young guys that have worked for him and giving them the opportunity and the obligation to take responsibility for the team's success. He also seems to have a particular affinity for washed up old hoop guys like himself. Intense, tough, competitive. I took him to hoop with my Saturday morning lads just once. Let's just say that he didn't win Mr. Congeniality. He asked no quarter and gave none. He led the league in floor burns and loose ball fouls. Yep, ladies and gents, tonight's winner is a proper blue-collar broker. His is a story of grit, determination, strength, honor, loyalty, faith, and now more than ever, love and resilience. Flats is one of those once-in-a-lifetime guys who will jump in front of a train for you, refuses to take the easy way. No, his story is one of making your own luck, consistently doing all the little things that over time create a winning and successful legacy. His family, Queen Nance, and the kids and grandkids are a testament to his unfailing commitment, loyalty, and to doing the right thing and putting his family ahead of everything. Now, don't let the blue-collar Boy Scout program lull you to sleep. The street-smart Worcester kid is dumb like a fox. He can smell a deal, and although he always tells the truth, hand on heart, let's just say when negotiating a big one, he dispenses it with a bit of discretion. Further, for those that know and love him, we're still scratching our heads at how to rationalize a guy who comes out of Williams and becomes the king of Cambridge, while, let's say, holding a slightly right-of-center political perspective. So there you go. In my favorite pub in Dublin City, a place called O'Donoghue's, just north of the River Liffey, there's a sign behind the bar that I think truly captures the essence of tonight's winner. And it reads, "Work your ass off and be good to people." With that, it is my humbling honor to present your 2016 Commercial Brokers Association Broker of the Year, Joseph Patrick Flaherty.
What am I gonna do? Okay, go there? All I'll say is, I don't know how the hell to follow that. I really don't. It's like, where did they find him? I'll tell you, Jim McCaffrey, I love the guy, and he's the absolute best, and there's nobody better. And he was right about the early days, chugging along up Route 128 up in Burlington. And God, we actually we kept all our tenant contacts on index cards. And one year we had a contest where we were converting our index cards to this thing called a database. And we had a contest to see who could get the most in as quick as we could. So things have changed a whole lot. But I'm speechless. I'm really speechless. Please meet my family, my 4 kids, Michael, John, Daryl Lambert, my new son-in-law. He's the music man. My daughter Megan, and my daughter Carrie, who I'm shocked to see because she lives in Dallas, and somehow she got up here from Dallas. So it's just really nice. Wow. I'll say it again. I am truly honored by this award. There have been so many great brokers who have won this award. And there are also so many great brokers out there who haven't won this award. And I am feeling really, really humble right now. I'm feeling really humble. I congratulate this year's other nominees. They're all certainly worthy of winning, and congratulations to them. Throughout my career, I have been fortunate to work with lots of great people and many talented brokers. I want to thank Dave Pergola Sr., who was my mentor at Meredith and Grew back in the day. He taught me the business and really gave me the foundation for my success. I owe David a great debt. I also want to thank my longtime partners at Colliers, Tom Hines, Kevin Phelan, Jim Elcock, and Dave DeVargin. We went through a lot together over the years. I have great respect for them and still count them all as close friends. As most of you know, my team and I made the move over to JLL just about a year ago. Matt Daniels and Bill Barrick, Jim Tierney, and everyone at JLL for that matter, have worked hard to give us a smooth transition. We have been invigorated by the move and by JLL's platform and culture, and thank JLL for giving us this opportunity. I have also been incredibly fortunate throughout my career to have many loyal long-term clients. A special thank you to Mike Farley at Forest City, to John McQuaid and his team at MIT, and to Don Briggs at Federal Realty, to Alkermes, Merrimack Pharmaceuticals, and the many, many others. I've been very fortunate to have great clients. I also want to recognize my direct team of Tucker Hansen, Ben Coffin, and Brian Flaherty. Tucker, Ben, and I have worked together over the past 12 to 15 years on all our client relationships. They are my best friends. If you were ever in a foxhole, these are the guys you would want to be in there with you. I have so much respect and admiration for them, both as brokers and as people. So if I am getting this award, it is really their award too, and I'd like to congratulate Ben and Tucker. And finally, I'm dedicating this award to my wife, Nancy, who was unable to attend tonight. Our marriage, our relationship, is a true partnership. I would be nothing without her unconditional love, her support, guidance, and patience, and her smarts and common sense. And besides all that, she is my one and only true love. My success is equally her success. And I am very sure that she is the procuring cause of us having raised 4 wonderful children. I am deeply honored by this award. I am incredibly humbled at the same time. I love Jim McCaffrey. And I thank you, CBA, and I thank you all for this wonderful award. Thanks. Okay, thanks.
Congratulations to all of our winners tonight. Please enjoy the coffee and dessert in the foyer. We look forward to seeing you downstairs in the bar. Please have a safe drive home.